Wheeling, West Virginia is a small place, but from this modest home base, scrappy native Diana May has done something big, going after an abusive debt collector that was hounding her and people nationwide and winning a massive judgment.
I'm a mom and I'm a housewife and I'm an accidental activist.
The court ordered the collectors to pay Diana a staggering $10,086,000, but she's not stopping there.
It says RFA somewhere, yes.
Her latest project to turn the tables and collect from the collectors.
I don't know that I'll ever collect a dime, but if I can get their operation shut down, that would make me very happy.
It all started 2 years ago when a debt collector from a company called RFA left a message implying Diana's house was in jeopardy if she didn't pay a debt.
I'm calling in regards to a preliminary asset liability investigation. They are in the process of serving some court documents. They have some information now pending questions at the property.
And it wasn't even our debt.
You're required to contact 866-764-9779.
Diana wrote RFA a cease and desist letter. A few days later, she received a call that looked like it was from her county government, specifically the sheriff's department.
Hello?
Yes, I'm trying to reach Diana.
Yeah, this is Diana. Who? Pardon me?
It was a word so vulgar that I was just stunned.
I want to make sure that you like being gang-banged.
I felt violated, but then I realized...
You know what's very interesting? Speak up a little bit clearer because you're on tape.
Yeah.
I immediately hung up and, with shaking hands, I dialed 911 and I said, you need to send somebody over to the sheriff's department, that there's somebody in there that just threatened to sexually assault me.
So you were really scared?
Yes, I was terrified.
What'd you do?
I bolted the door and then I came up here and got my husband's gun out of the dresser and I took it over here. I wanted it close by, so I hung it right on the bedpost.
Later, she learned the caller ID had been manipulated to look like it came from the local sheriff's office. And then she discovered complaints online about RFA debt collectors pretending to call from sheriff's offices and calling women vulgar names.
He picked the wrong person. He absolutely picked the wrong person.
You see, Diana has fought intrusive calls before. In 1999, she won a class action against a major telemarketer whose salesman wouldn't stop calling people. Diana has recorded her phone calls ever since.
I know that there's a big line to do your
People who do this kind of stuff shouldn't be in business, shouldn't be associated with anybody in business. These are the kind of people who belong in prison. They calculate the damages.
Diana's attorneys sued for harassment and illegal collection practices. RFA's lawyer failed to show up in court.
I was so frightened.
The judge called RFA's actions malicious, ruled that all of the allegations were true, and awarded that record $10,086,000 judgment. We found RFA's Orange County, California office abandoned. Records show it's just one of several collection companies run by the same people. So we tried other locations.
I'm Elisabeth Leamy with ABC News.
You guys got to leave.
Somebody about the $10 million judgment against the company? Anybody want to comment?
No.
How about
you?
You
Guys gotta leave.
You doing the same kind of abusive debt collection tactics here that they were doing in these other offices where they lost the lawsuit?
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Do they make it a habit of impersonating police officers when they call people to collect debts?
I'm not going to say anything.
Next, we went to what we believe is the headquarters of the collection empire.
Are you planning on paying the settlement, or is she going to have to send collectors after you?
And finally, we tried the company's outside lawyer.
You didn't show up in court to answer that lawsuit, so we thought you might like to respond now.
I'm responding now.
Okay.
Later, he told us RFA made the first collection call but denies making the obscene call. He called the $10 million judgment unfair. But Diana May is still trying to collect it.
You have to follow the law, because if you don't, there are going to be people out there that are going to stand up against you.
For Nightline, I'm Elisabeth Leamy in Orange County, California.